Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to our post-match reaction show. If you're new around here and want to keep up to date with all your fellow Reds around the world, make sure you do hit that subscribe button down below and make sure you do get your thoughts on the Fulham result. But fair, in the comment section below, but fair credit has to go to Scott Parker's side. Yes, we can talk about Liverpool and how poor they did play, but yet again, an opposition side for the sixth consecutive game at home at Anfield have come and won all 3 points. Liverpool have got the worst top flight English record in all divisions at home. I think Wigan won yesterday, and that overtook Liverpool in terms of since the turn of the year. Since 2021, Liverpool have got the worst home record, and it's so blatantly obvious why. Yet again, Fulham come to Anfield full of confidence, as you would be if you're an opposition player, currently the way in which Liverpool do find themselves in. It's interesting to see how Jurgen Klopp did approach this game with the substitutions. He dropped about 6 or 7 plays today. Obviously, no Trent, no Thiago, lacklustre in creativity, and that was very prevalent on the pitch really today. There was no creativity out there apart from possibly a Shaqiri over the top ball to Mohamed Salah, but it was scratching at bare bones really. There's no defending this performance. I want to be positive, and we every single game, if you only have to watch the last couple of weeks, I've tried to be as positive as I possibly can. And yes, we've got to get behind our lads, really get behind them. But it looks like Jurgen Klopp has prioritised the Champions League now, off the back of the players in which he did select. A lot of key players were missing through injury or obviously, i.e. rested. But Liverpool are prioritising the Champions League, and this is a very risky bit of business. If Liverpool are to go on and win the Champions League for the 7th time, absolutely fantastic. But the way we've been playing, I cannot see us winning the Champions League. Yes, it's got to be positive, really, but there's got to be a big, massive swing in confidence going into the back end of this season. Trying to think of positives. The only positive really was that Alisson really kept the ball out of the net, and it wasn't 2-3-4-0 to Fulham, because they frankly did deserve it. They were all over us today, frankly. Scott Parker, this could be a big result for them. They are battling. They come to Anfield, and it's what you expect from teams down the bottom. They're not going to come up to Anfield, and the way in which we've been playing, they're not going to roll over. I think the lads fully expected today I think Klopp would openly not say it, but there was an arrogance from this Liverpool side yet again. There's no one really out there today. Yes, you can talk about Milner, he had a decentish game, but it wasn't an amazing performance from any of them apart from Alisson keeping the ball out the net. These players, I think they forgot who they're representing in the Premier League. Representing Liverpool Football Club. Yes, if results aren't going your way, but at the end of the day, you've got to want a result. You can't just rock up to Anfield or an away game in the Premier League and fully expect, oh, you deserve 3 points. No. It's like the players over the last couple of weeks have been turning up expecting teams to just allow them to play football. This is the Premier League, and Liverpool will know, and the players know from last season how competitive the Premier League is. And I think every single Liverpool fan, yes, we've got to get behind the lads, but we've run out of ideas, and it looks like we've run out of ideas or how to describe this Liverpool performance, because Jurgen, he's something behind closed doors. The club will not officially let on. Something is happening behind closed doors. Yes, it's a tricky run of form, but obviously the club wouldn't openly say it, but that's the only reason to really explain the poor run of form. Obviously, there was no battling in that midfield. We just allowed Fulham to play their football for the whole entirety of 95 plus minutes today. There was no, yes, Jimmy was trying his best in that midfield. I was made up to see a couple of changes. I was made up to see Naby Keita play for the first time in a very long time in this Liverpool midfield. But the game was passing every single Liverpool player by today, and it's been the case for like 6 consecutive home defeats. It's absolutely disgusting, the level of performance in which these players are putting in. We need to try and salvage a bit of credibility in terms of getting into the top half of the table, because Arsenal, yes, if they would have won their game, if it was yesterday, they would have been 3 points behind Liverpool, and we've seen how bad Arsenal have performed this season. But Liverpool, we're very lucky to finish in the top half of the Premier League this season. Yes, we will have to prioritise the Champions League going forward. But I tell you, if we come up against the Paris Saint-Germain, the Bayern Munich, in the way in which we're playing, we're absolutely going to get slapped about 20-0. And that's being kind, because you can't continue to defend and attack in terms of the way in which we have over the last couple of weeks. I want to be positive. You only have to watch my channel, try and be as positive as I possibly can. But it really annoyed me today, really, how we played. This is probably, yes, we played bad against Chelsea, but today, the game for a whole 95 plus minutes passed this Liverpool side by, and I can't see it improving. Everyone expected Jota to come back into this Liverpool starting 11 and Liverpool to start scoring goals. No, not really. I'm worried to see how, yes, we're missing big key individual players, Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk, but two players don't make a team. Yes, Liverpool is not as strong when we do have Gomez and Van Dijk in this side, but that doesn't take away from the fact Liverpool aren't creating any chances at all going forward in the midfield. There's no players getting on the ball and wanting and grabbing the shirt by the scruff of the neck and trying to create any sort of attacking opportunity, really. Teams are just absolutely running all over us, really. But Reds, let us know your thoughts. Apologies, it's a bit of a rant, but I think Jürgen needs to have a word with every single individual player on this pitch today and get them, every single one of them, and remind them that they're playing for Liverpool Football Club. Really need to improve over the next couple of weeks. And I know there was a banner flying over the Anfield today, unity and strength, and that's very much the case. But I think individually, the Liverpool players, Jürgen is giving them instructions, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the players individually. And yes, a couple of players have been having a hard time. It's all of us need to stick together. But come the end of the season, I hope we win the Champions League, but that's a very big, massive if. It will take a lot from this current group, which is capable, very capable. We've seen over the last 2-3 years how capable they are of winning football games. I think something that we forgot how to do so over the last couple of weeks. But I think deep down that no Instagram posts from all these players. They need to get down together and really get together individually and try and make amends of what has been happening over the last couple of weeks, really. But Reds, thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. And yeah, we go into the next game, and it's going to be a massive game in the Champions League. But Reds, you'll never walk alone. And obviously, a big shout out to all the key workers and NHS staff for all their day-to-day outings. Really are the true heroes in the UK, and obviously all the medical staff around the world. But hopefully, fingers crossed, in the future we can get fans back into the stadium. But at the minute, keep safe and well, Reds, and you'll never walk alone. Ta-ra.